Test number 5. Question number 1. Connect the following letters to form a word. Qarn. We see here Qaf is connected to Ra. Ra is not connected to Noon, because Ra is one of the 6 letters that only connect from one side, which are Alif, Waw, Dal, Dhal, Ra, and Zay. These letters only connect from one side, which is the right side. They do not connect to the following letter. Qarn mean horn. Second word, qamis. Qaf, mim, ya, sad. And remember the ya changes its shape when it connects. At the beginning it looks like that, at the middle it looks like that, and this is the end of the word. Qamis means shirt. And remember the meme. Meme, when it's connected, it becomes like that. It loses its stem. Qarib. Qaf, ra, ya, ba. Ra doesn't connect to the next letter. Qarib means a close relative. Second line, fayadan. Fa, ya, dad, alif, noon. Fayadan. Fayadan means a flood. Next word, faqir. Faqir. Fa, qaf, ya, ra. Faqir mean poor. Poor person. Next word is fahs. Fahs means examination. Fa, ha, sad. Fa, which looks like qaf, but it has only one dot, while qaf has 2 dots. It's supposed to have a neck. Unlike meme, when you write it from at the beginning of the word, you write it like this, but it has no neck. Fa and qaf, they have neck. This way you can distinguish between the fa and the meme. Third line, we have daqiqa. دقيقة means a minute. And if you notice at the end we have تاء مربوطة. تاء مربوطة, which we're going to learn when we finish all the alphabet. We're going to learn under the special case character. تاء مربوطة is just a regular تاء that we tie it. That's why we call it مربوطة. We tie it. And when it's connected, it looks like that. When it's not connected, it looks like that. It's just a regular تاء, but it's drawn or written differently. And it only comes at the end of the word. So if you can see in the next word, مقلمة, which means a pencil case, we have تاء مربوطة at the end. This تاء مربوطة looks like ها, but it has two dots. And when we study تاء مربوطة later, we're gonna see why it looks like ها, but it has extra two dots. Now this is mean. We write it either from the bottom or from the top. And it's different than the fa and the qaf because they have dots and they have neck. Next, حاقد. حاقد mean resentful. And we see the alif is not connected to the next letter. Next line. We have غريق, drowning person or drowned person. Both are correct. We see the ghain, the ra, the ya, the qaf, but ra is not connected to the ya. We have حلاق, حلاق. Now here we have two lams, and if we can notice that the first lam has sukoon, and whenever we have two lams where the first has sukoon, these two lams, they combined together. They are combined together with one lam, but with a little w at the top that we call shadda. And this shadda has haraka, and the haraka is going to be taken from the second letter, which is fatha in this case. So we add shadda with fatha. Now since we have lam and alif, so we have to use the lam alif form, which is this one, lam alif, and then we add the shadda and the fatha. This way it becomes حلاق. حلاق mean barber. Next word, رفيقة. رفيقة. Usually the ta marbuta at the end, it means this is a female name or adjective. So rafiq without the ta marbuta, it means a friend. Rafiqa, it means a female friend. And as we see, although it's ta marbuta, but we pronounce it as ha, as in maqlama or daqiqa. We do not pronounce the ta here unless we connect this word to the next word. If we said this is rafiqat ukhti, now we can pronounce the ta marbuta as ta. Rafiqat ukhti. But if we just say rafiqa without connecting it to the next word, we pronounce it as ha. That's why this ta marbuta is written like this, is written like ha, but with two dots. Sarraf. We have two ra. The first ra has sukoon. The second ra has fatha. So we combine them together into one ra and we put shadda. And the haraka of the shadda is fatha because the second ra has fatha. And this is sarraf. Now you have to notice that it's very important that the first letter has sukoon in order to combine them together with shadda. And we have these here two examples. Same letters, mim lam lam, mim lam lam, while in the first example the first lam has fatha and the second lam has sukoon. In the second example, the first lam has fatha, while the second lam the first lam has sukoon, and the second lam has fatha. So in the first case, we cannot combine them together and add shadda. So this word is read as malal. We have to pronounce both lams. Malal. In the second example, we combine both lams into one and we add shadda. Malla. See the difference? Malla. So, in order to combine these two lams into one lam and add shadda, the first one has to have sukoon, the second one has to have haraka. Any haraka. Fatha, dhamma, kasra. In this case, we have fatha. So this one is malal, this one is malla. Now, second word, malfoof, cabbage. Malfoof. Waw is not connected to the fa because it's one-way connector. Same as in ma'roof. Ra is not connected to the waw and waw is not connected to the fa. Why? Because, as we said, we have here one-way connectors. Alif, waw, dal, bal, ra, zai. Let's move now to the second page. Question number 2, break apart the words into letters. So we have here sharnaqa, sha, sheen, ra, noon, qaf, ta marbuta. Make sure when you disconnect the ta marbuta, take it back its original form, which is like that. And the qaf and the noon. Don't just break them apart like that. No, you have to return them into their original form. Noon and qaf. Second, فيلسوف. fa, ya, lam, sin, waw, fa. Make sure to distinguish between the lam that has a long stick and the dal. This is lam, this is dal. برتقال باء راء تاء قاف ألف لام. Next, منفلوطي ميم نون فاء لام واو طاء ياء. منفلوطي. It's a name of a writer. Question number 3. Listening. The teacher will read out loud 4 words. Circle the words you hear. The first column. شرنقة. So both of these words have the same letters. One letter is different. In the first one I said ق, شرنقة, قاف. The second one is شرنكة, كاف. So it's شرنقة, not شرنكة. I read شرنقة. So the first one is correct, the second one is not. Second word, منقب. منقب. I pronounced the qaf, not the kaf. I didn't say منكب. I said منقب. Column number 3. مقالات. I say مقالات. I pronounced the qaf, not the kaf. I didn't say makalat. Although some spoken Arab, they cannot pronounce the qaf properly. They may say makalat and they mean maqalat. But this is the correct spelling and the correct pronunciation is maqalat. The last column, مكالمات. مكالمات. I pronounced the ka, the kaf, ka, مكالمات. So it's the second word that's correct. Let's move to question number 4. We have to choose the correct form of the letter and then write it down. So you have to do 2 things here for every word. Circle the correct form and write it down. If you do only one thing, you're not going to receive a full point. To receive a full point, full grade for that, you have to circle and write down. If you only write it down without circling, you're going to receive only half of the point, not full point. So the first one is falafel, fa at the beginning of the word. The second one is maqal, qaf in the middle. The third one is raghif, fa at the end. Naqala, transported, it means naqala. Or sometimes naqala, it means copied, when you copy somebody from somebody. So naqalta anhu. Naqala, qaf in the middle. Muqfal, fa is in the middle. And qal, qaf at the beginning. Let's move to the fifth question. Circle the words you hear and then break apart all the words into letters. So you have to break apart all the words, not just the words you're circling. I will read only 2 words, and you have to, all 3, depends. So you circle only the words that I read. Right now I'm going to read all of them, but in the test I'm going to read only 2 or 3, depends. مستقبل 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 انقلاب انقلاب remember here انقلاب مستعطف 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 مخلوع مخلوع مفتش مفتش. Now when you break these words into letters, remember meme has a stem here, lam, don't confuse it with dal. In the second word we have lam alif. Lam alif, lam comes before the alif. We call it lam alif because lam is before the alif. Don't write it alif lam. مستعطف ميم سين تاء عين طاء ثاء مخلوع ميم خاء لام واو عين. مفتش has 2 ta here because we have the shadda, and the shadda means the first one is always sukoon and the second one take the haraka of the shadda. Moving to the last question, we have we have 10 words and we need to write the English meaning of every word. Amam, قدام. Now amam is more formal. قدام is they use it more in spoken Arabic, and some they pronounce it as قدام or إدام or إدام, and some pronounce it as قدام, depends on where you're from. أمام, قدام, in front of. من, أتيت من البيت, I came from home. من, from. على, on. حطيت القلم على الطاولة. على, on. I put the pen on the table. في, in. أنا في البيت, I'm in the house or inside the house. فوق, above. إلى, to. ذهبت إلى المدرسة, I went to school. عند, at. Now this is different than from another عند. When you say عندي, it means I have, or عندك, it means you have. This عند, it means at. If you say أنا عند رفيقي, يعني I'm at my friend's house. So عند here means at. تحت, under. جنب أو على جنب, beside or next to. خلف أو وراء means behind.